Hello everybody, welcome back. We're going to be playing another multiplayer Greenskins battle for Total War Warhammer today. This is going to be episode number 21. I'm the strategy professor. So in the last match we played against Undead. It was a great match. You should definitely go watch it. This is what I think my current... I think I would run currently against the Undead based on what I saw last time. I just want immune to psychology everywhere. Just because I think Banshees are getting really popular. That was very strong last time. And... Savage Orcs are pretty good anyways. They're a bit on the expensive side if you don't leverage their immune to psychology. But they do, in general, get about 12 more melee attack, and they lose about 12 defense from normal Orcs. I believe that's how it works. They lose 14 defense and gain about 10 attack, it looks like. And they get physical resistance instead of armor. So they're really good against armor-piercing things, but they're not as good against normal... normal type of damage, but they might also attack faster. Jury's out on that. It doesn't say they attack faster, but they have an ability called Frenzy, so their attack animation might be a little faster. I'm not sure about that. They get a little bit of extra charge bonus, and they have more weapon strength, I think, right? Or is it the same? Slightly more weapon strength, slightly more charge bonus, oriented, more speed, so they're a lot easier to move around. But I just really want the immune to psychology. That's what I want. And traditionally they're pretty weak against missile units because they don't have any shields and they don't have armor. So that hurts quite a bit. But if they don't have missile units, if it's undead, that doesn't matter. Savage War Boys are actually a really good deal. They're only 50 gold for an upgrade. And you get plus 4, you get plus 28. Or you get 28, whatever. You get 28 melee attack in addition to your charge. So, I think that's pretty good. You do lose a shield and 30 armor though, which is kind of a big deal if you're going against missile units, but for only 50 more gold, that's a pretty good upgrade if you just want a little more oomph in your step if you don't think they're going to have a lot of missile units, and if the psychology is going to be really important, which it is. So, this is what I would run. I would transfer everything to Savages, just kind of drop out the Night Goblins, drop out the Trolls, anything with low leadership I wanted out of there, and then throw in the Black Orcs. So, if you just watched the last video, this is what I think I would try as a solution. Also, I mean, my Goblin died, so I didn't get to micro that much, but just to save a bit of money so I can get one more battalion, I just went ahead and got rid of Sneaky Stealing, and I got rid of the Scroll of Leeching. If you have a little bit of gold left, I think these are actually a decent thing to use against factions that have a lot of strong magic, so against Vampire Counts and Greenskins, I would definitely consider getting these if you have a little bit of cash on hand. It's very, very useful, and I've never used those before, but stopping them from regenerating in a very long fight is quite helpful. Okay, so that's it. I'm pretty sure I saved this. Let me make sure I did. Alright, so let me look at the leaderboard. I forgot to do that at the end of the last episode just to see how much I gained and lost. So I went from... that was 306 to 655, so I gained 349 off of that. That's the most I've ever gained. So that person was probably pretty high ranked. I forgot their name. I'd have to go back and look. Okay, so it's 38, 655. But we're slowly moving up. You get more for a win than a loss, it seems like. I'm not sure if that's just because I'm playing against tougher opponents right now, people that are ranked higher than I am. It's entirely possible. I've played against at least one guy that's in the top 50 twice today, I know that. And I lost to him both times. And I only lost 50. And then I just beat somebody at 350. But against other people, as I've explained in past videos, I've gained, 211, 243, 291, and 349. And I've lost 54, 59, 142, and 139. So I think that indicates that I'm playing against much higher ranked people. We'll see. I mean, it could just be naturally that you get more per win than you do per loss, but I don't know. I would like to think it's because I play against more challenging opponents, but we'll see. It makes sense. There's a very small pool of players compared to something like League of Legends 2. I think there's only maybe a few hundred people on playing multiplayer at any given time. And so most of the people that are playing probably you know, are pretty high ranked and playing seriously. So I don't know. I mean, they would balance out also if it's all serious people playing. Somebody would have to lose points. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I'm just kind of cataloging, just letting you know my findings. And I will play other factions. I'm just trying to master the Greenskins first. Okay, so we're against Bretonia. What did I cook up? I can't even remember what I cooked up half the time for these things. Okay. This looks pretty solid. I did try out the Orc Shaman, and I don't like it at all because that Gaze of Mork did basically no damage. I think that was in the fight when I was against the guy that was ranked in the top 50. That Gaze of Mork did no damage. And I just can't stop flying units from killing my artillery. I mean, that's it. I love to make them come to me, but the orcs just don't have an air game at all. It's just really, really hard to make them stop going for your artillery. Okay, dwarfs. Got a page for that too. It's fine. So I'm not nearly as annoyed as I used to get when people switch like that at the end. Or like after a little bit. So my dwarf is a little bit different because they don't have flying units. Well, they do, but it's the gyrocopters, which are easier to deal with their harassment than it is to deal with a lord that flies. So I think that the Orc Air Boys are a pretty good answer here. I like having a couple of rock lobbers because not only can it potentially make them come to you if they don't have any artillery, but it's also very relevant even if they do have artillery. I think this guy's in the top 50 as well. That name seems familiar. Maybe not. And then just one boar, just to keep them honest. And then we just want to put these Spider Riders on their Quarrelers in the back and just use the boar to kind of break up their infantry line. And a couple of Night Golems with Fanatics. Jury's out on whether those Fanatics are good or not. I'm going to try them one more fight. I did try them earlier and I wasn't super impressed. But we'll give them another go here. And one Troll. Because if I can control the Gyrocopters, they're not going to have a good way to get behind the Troll and surround him. So if I keep him in the middle of the fight, I think they're going to do a lot of damage. I have used them one other time recently against Dwarves, and they did quite a bit of damage. So that's good. And I dropped back to just one Goblin Big Boss. He's been really underperforming the past at least 10 games or so that I've played. So I've decided to cut back on one. The potions are really strong, and I like the poison, but he costs almost as much as a Biggin. And so I feel like Biggins just do more damage. They have a lot more health. I don't know. And he has low leadership, so he runs quite a lot. So he's useful, but I'd rather just find a way to get like boars or biggins or something. I mean, he costs about 700.
Where's the cave? Show us the enemy.
Alright, so we have a couple of options here. We can just kind of run straight at him if we don't think he's going to have any artillery, or we can sit back if... Or I mean, if he doesn't have artillery, then we sit back and pound him until he comes over here. If he does have artillery, then we might have to run up towards him. I'm going to start in the back, though, just to see. Running artillery hasn't really been super popular lately. Playing with them. These kind of are special ops. Stack. And he's not on a mount, so we'll just put him with the normal people here. Have to keep track of him, though. I'll make him... Well, these guys have to have two groups. Wait, what? What just happened? No. Okay, these guys are... Okay, let's do this again. I did something goofy. So 9. It's really important that you have your lords on separate hotkeys if they have a lot of abilities, which mine do. So, especially the wizard. Okay, 2, so these guys need to be 3, 2, and I want him over here in the 1 group. There we go. Alright, so we want to be back here with everybody. There we go. I don't want to let him... I don't really want to fight in those woods. Although if I do, that does stop a lot of his Quarreler fire. My trolls will do less damage, but it does block a lot of missile units. Okay, this should be able to fire on him right off the bat. I just got a new kind of sequencing thing with the goblin. So now I have madcap mushrooms and a scroll of power. It only costs about 150 gold or so. And if I cycle this correctly, I should be able to keep up Sneaky Stabbing and Itchy Nuisance almost indefinitely for a very long time until I'm out of mana. So what you do is you cast Sneaky and then Itchy. And as soon as Itchy finishes, you might be able to get in a second Sneaky there, but as soon as Itchy finishes, then you should go ahead and use your mushrooms. It should refresh both of them. And then once they're both on cooldown, I should learn how to sequence that better. I haven't quite done the math on it. They have different cooldowns, so it's kind of hard to measure. But let's go ahead and start this. I just want to start at about 10 seconds just to catch them off guard a little bit. Okay. Now, I usually like Doom Divers. Okay, so he has no artillery, so this is a doomsday scenario for dwarfs. You really do not want to not have artillery superiority. I mean, he has a nice geometrical shape. That's cool, I guess. Yeah, we want to get these quarrelers, actually. That's a good call. Or just, I guess just fire into them. Just fire in the middle. It'll hit something. That's a lot of hammers. Oh, those are longbeards. Okay. A lot of longbeards. How many Thanes? One Thane, one Runesmith. Are these also hammers or longbeards? They're longbeards. There's a lot of longbeards. What are these? Slayers. Okay. Need to watch those Slayers. I'm just aiming for the middle here. I would love to aim for the Slayers, but what are we going to do against those Slayers? We need to keep them out of the Trolls. But they're kind of spread out, so I just would rather just hit something, anything. How many kills we have here? They don't have nearly as many as the Doom Divers get, but they also cost a lot less. Starting to do a little damage now. Just go out here and freak him out a little bit. He doesn't have a lot of missile units. He has like 2. I think we should be okay. We'll just put the Arrow Boys on their Slayers. That's what I would love to do. So let's go ahead and get these flanked around here. Yeah, let's go for just a full surround. Oh, I do have the spider on this time. Okay, interesting. The dwarves are just so susceptible to flanks. Keep him out of there. I don't mind keeping my war boss in here. Guys, let's go, boys. Get in there. Get over here, get the spoilers. Where are those Slayers? Is this them? I can't see them. Okay, everything's on cooldown. Gonna pop the mushrooms. Oh, never mind. The Itchy was still in place. That's okay though. We'll throw another one of those. Let's get in here. Let's go to the back side. And as soon as Itchy's done, I'm gonna pop. Well, just go ahead and pop it. Why not? I don't think it's gonna be overkill. I'm gonna recycle our boar and trolls here. Throw some of these into here. That'll be fine. Get around for some flank shots. Pop the potion here. Alright, we'll go ahead and pop this. Get everything off cooldown. Pop another one of these. Pop another Itchy over here. Oh, I forgot. My dude's got kind of hurt. That's okay. Are these Slayers? That's the thing. Let's get back, get back. Let's get over here. I just want to kill all of their units. I don't really care about their heroes. Hopefully my little goblin will rally back, we'll see. Oh, these are Slayers, okay. Get those things out of there. Yeah, get in there and kill those. So I'm gonna charge these in the back. I think those are Slayers, right? Yeah, those are Slayers. Yeah, fire into those Slayers. Alright, so that should be it for them. Fire into their back. Alright, I'll pop a potion, get back in there. Charge them in the back. Charge them in the back. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get in here and do some poison damage. Just put him in melee and just run in there with him. Rotate. As soon as everyone gets in here, we're gonna wall. Alright, got a full surround. Need to get him out of here. Let's get in here, run them down with the board. Trolls are back. Get over here. Troll them. Yeah, he's back. Get in here. He's getting hurt. Pop potion. Alright, that's just too many things here. We're just not getting any hits. Let's go kill everything else. Yeah, they're just not dying at all to anything. How is this guy staying alive? Kill him. Kill everything else. What do we have here? Got some spider guys. Okay, they're out of there. They're out. Let's get over here. Let's take these guys over here and kill them. A little sneaky here. Okay, I think that's gonna be it. Yeah. How's that close, man? Like, it never gives me a decisive victory. Like, I feel like I had so much left. There's no way he's gonna win. I think I still had an extra potion on my board. I don't think it matters, though, in terms of points. We'll see. I mean, look at how much green is left compared to red. How, like, how is that a close victory? It's not close at all. I mean, it was a fun match. I had a great time with it, but, like, their definition of close victory seems a little suspect here. It was long beards with great weapons. Okay, that's interesting. That may have done well against the Black Orcs. It's certainly an interesting proposition. I'm not sure about that though, just because you don't really have any steroids to leverage your extra damage with the dwarves. Like, they're much better. They are a much better defensive faction. So I think if he would have just run gyrocopters and just, I don't know. The problem is if I have orc airboys and gyrocopters can get shot down really easily. But I think if he ran like 3 grudge throwers and then gyrocopters or just something like that, it would have helped out a lot, because that would mean that my airboys get trashed and I'd have to come to him. I don't know. Like, these are okay, but like I said, they just don't have any steroids. Like, I have so many roids for these Black Orcs with sneaky stabbing and the wah. I think that it's just a beast. Now, these things actually did some work. I mean, they only cost 450. They killed 35 each. And they have utility because they put poison on things. Trolls underperformed, which is disappointing. Like, they're okay. But these Slayers killed a lot of things. I didn't notice which ones were Slayers, and I think they killed a lot of my spiders. These things were very disappointing. Like, they did get to the back line and tie up the quarterers a little bit. So that was good. I mean, maybe that's all they have to do. They don't have a lot of piercing, but if you can just tie up the quarterers and just stop them from firing, then they might be worth it. But I think wolves could do the same thing. Now, wolves don't have poison on them, but they are like 50% cheaper, so maybe I just go for just wolves instead. These were very nice. Like, for 600 gold, very, very nice. Like, I kind of like them over Doom Divers now. I do really like Doom Divers. The chance I should go for, like, just 3 of these. 3 Goblin Rock Robbers against Dwarves. But overall, pretty good. About what I expected. Black Orcs carry the day. They kill everything. All this other stuff is just kind of utility. The Boar Boys did pretty well. I mean, for 650 or for 750, that was pretty nice. And they have utility too. It's not just that they kill things, but they knock stuff out of position, and so it makes it a lot easier for these Black Orcs to get in there and kill them. Because once you charge in, it just pushes them back so far that it's much easier to get us around on them. I don't know if how much the Fanatics killed. I didn't watch them that closely. I should do like a test fight with Fanatics, or look one of those up online. If anyone knows of a good sort of test fight with Fanatics, let me know, because I want to see just like how useful they are. But yeah, pretty standard fight. I like the idea of anticipating Black Orcs and going for heavy armor piercing. But I don't know. I mean, I guess our main accomplishment is, so maybe we shouldn't judge these forest goblins by how many things they killed, but rather by how many things the quarrelers did not kill. Because they were on those quarrelers, poisoning them, keeping them like at bay. These killed almost nothing, and quarrelers usually kill a ton against Greenskins, so I think maybe that's the testament. So maybe they are useful. I could drop back to 1 and then spend the other points somewhere else. So I think with dwarves, often you'll have a chance where you can get a full surround on them, like I did, and it makes it almost impossible for the dwarves to win if that happens. Dwarves are just unfortunately pretty underpowered. I mean, you can win with them. I think the key is gyrocopters and playing around that, because that's a really unique mechanic. Gyrocopters and artillery. So I think if he had more grudge throwers and some gyrocopters with the steam cannons, that he potentially could have won. But anyways, well, let me go look and see how many points we got for that, and who that person was. His name was Havoc, right? How did we do? Okay, so we are 38, 95, 38, 895. 895. So we'll call that a close. No, the last one was, well, I won't spoil it if you haven't seen it. So that gave us a total of 240 points. Okay, it's not nearly as much as last time. That's kind of middle of the pack, so maybe that person wasn't super high ranked. Maybe it was about what I am. I wish I knew sort of what the even threshold is. Like if it's somebody that has an exactly even rating, how much you would gain. I'm not sure how that works. I don't think he was in the top now if I'm only getting that much off of him. Okay, mood kip's definitely going up. He was 30 earlier in the day, now he's around 22. He's getting up there. Okay, maybe that guy's not in there. The name sounds familiar, but that's a really sort of generic name. I mean, you can see Havoc like all over the place. Any game. Okay, well, I guess that's going to be it. There's getting to be a little competition near the top here. Everybody's getting close. Want to be number 1. I wonder what abandoned multiplayer system. Like, whether they want them to abandon it, or whether this person is mad that they did abandon it. I don't know. They have a lot of wins, though. I mean, that guy must have just played this, like, every day since inception. Basically multiplayer. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Like I said, I think some of my adjustments would be taking out the trolls and just putting something else in there. Maybe taking out the goblins. I'm not really sure what I would do. I'll have to go back and watch the tape again and see what I think about it. But that's going to be it for this episode. If you enjoyed this, check out the other multiplayer games. We have a ton of multiplayer battles on this channel. A lot of Greenskins, but we have other factions as well. And I am going to do more with the other factions. I'm just trying to master the Greenskins first, and then we'll go to the other ones. But I will sneak in some other ones every now and then as well. And then we also have legendary campaigns for everything except for chaos. Good, clean, pure campaigns, so no auto-resolve abuse, no assassinating hordes on the campaign map, and no other exploits. And also get into deliberately challenging fights that I think will be entertaining. So it is serious. We do win. I do deep analysis constantly in the campaign, but I also take what some might consider unnecessary risks. But I do it in the name of broadcasting. I do it in the name of searching for a challenge. I know they're unnecessary risks a lot of the time. I just deliberately do it to keep it fresh and interesting for you. So check out the campaigns. They're a lot of fun. And then we also have League of Legends if you're interested in that. Try to play support every single game up to Diamond by just good strategic thinking, good planning, and just raising the morale and just keeping the psychology of your team high so that people are... I mean, you wouldn't believe how much elo you can gain if you can just find some way to stop yourself from raging or getting into a negative attitude and stop your team from raging and keeping the attitude positive. I mean, that right there will give you at least 3 divisions, at least, if not more. I mean, just that alone almost could just pull you to gold if you're lower than gold, certainly. So do check that out. I think there's a pretty good amount to learn. I do live as I play it, in-depth analysis and commentary while I'm playing, so you can kind of get my thought process while I'm in the middle of the action a lot of the time. So there's no replays, no montages, and you know you're going to get a high quality game every time, and you know the champion that I'm going to play when you view it. So unlike a stream where, you know, the person could play anything, the person may not get a good game for a while, you always know that you're going to get a high-quality game. And if you watch a bunch of content in this channel and you enjoy it, consider leaving some comments. I'm really friendly. I respond to comments pretty quickly, I think. I'm trying to build a good, solid strategy community on this channel. And, yeah, also consider, leaving some likes, subscribing, telling your friends about it, even just watching more videos. Anything you can do to interact with the videos, I just really greatly appreciate, because it helps other people find the channel and get the same kind of joy that I hope you're getting out of the channel as well. So, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure broadcasting for you. Hope you had a good time. I certainly did. And we'll see you next time. Have a wonderful evening.